Greetings and welcome, adventurers, to another episode of Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition. Alright, so we have arrived at the Darnice Hold. Admittedly, I'm going here a bit early maybe, but it's probably fine. Right, let's just put some spells away. And I should probably check if there's any spells I want him to learn. Monster summoning is always useful. Dispelling magic, yeah. Dire charm, probably. No alignment doesn't really do much for me. Blindness, definitely want him to learn fireball because that's always useful. Web, I don't particularly care about. Minor globe of invulnerability, he can't learn vampiric touch because of his class. That's probably all the skills I want him to learn at some point.
I am ready, I think. Yes.
Alright. Now.
'Tis a fine enough day to travel. Many a battle has been fought on a day just such as this.
The reason why I was a little bit confused before was because I'm used to there being an encounter out when I travel outside the city. Although usually is another encounter with that, but I think we skipped something somewhere. Either that or the timing is different in the current version of the game. So maybe I'll encounter that later, but for now it's not matter. It's just weird because I'm just used to it being there. In any case, because through exploring, we can see everything. We need to get to the palisade over here.
Yes. I wouldn't dream of refusing.
And since the gate is closed, we cannot cross. We'll probably rest outside before we go in. And the reason why the encounter is a little bit important is that because it usually leads to a sequence of events back in the city that requires being solved.
Pathetic skirmishes of ours aren't worth the time I spend cleaning my weapons after the battle. The Order's campaign against the Hill-Nasher giants, now that brought the blood up.
You served in the campaigns against the giants? Aye, and a bloody campaign it was. I slew 20 of the beasts during the scorching summer. Very impressive. I can see how you might find these incidental skirmishes a bit easy. This is true. Still, I should not complain. These incidental battles are part of life and are so over so quickly they cause only a little inconvenience.
Dear mate.
Hey now, so you're the man who Mistress Nadia has brought to help us, eh? Well, you've got your work cut out for you, sure enough. And just who might you be? I'm Captain Arat, garrison commander on the Lord to Darnice. Until the trolls drove us out, those you see here are all that survived. Mistress Nadia, maybe all the family has left. I tried to find Lord Darnice and his sister, but I could not. Nadia might be the last. Can you tell me what exactly happened here? Has Mistress Nadia not told you? We were beset by trolls in UNT 10 days ago. Had tunneling beasts with them, so we were attacked from above and below. There was little that could be done, truly enough. Fought room to room, barricading ourselves in when need be. To the last man we fought, practically. Once Lord Darnice disappeared, it was hopeless. I tried to find him, but there was naught to be done. Leaving what few soldiers remained out of battle was enough. Trolls in those UNT have shot to keep tight. I'm hoping they will merely demand ransom for our lord, but my hope is quickly dwindling. If you can do as Mistress Nadia asks and rid the castle of the vermin, we might be mighty grateful. As would Lord Darnice, if he still lives within. Do you know how we might gain access to the keep? Nadia has told you of the secret entrance, has she not? It is to the north of the palisade here, hidden in the wall of the keep behind some bushes. Lord Denise knows of it. I have been watching to see if he escapes and uses it to flee, but I have not enough men here to attempt any kind of rescue. If the trolls in UNT have shut the gate, the secret entrance is the only way in. Best be careful if they know about it. There'll be no end of trouble for you. I'll be on my way then. If you enter the castle, there is one way that my men and I can assist you. If you lower the drawbridge from inside, we can draw out the enemy and engage them. The deeper you get within the keep, the more trolls in UNT you'll find. Open the bridge and we will engage them. It may be your only chance. That'll give you enough the time to search Lord Denise and Lady Delcia. I suggest you get to the courtyard and open the drawbridge as soon as possible. It's an offer anyway. I dislike the idea of sitting out here while someone else goes within and takes all the risks, but you are free to do as you wish. That's an excellent idea. Thank you, Captain Elrond. You have served my father well. Leon, we should open the bridge quickly when we've entered. Just be sure you've got acid or fire at your disposal. Trolls will not fall to anything else. May the gods go with you. Take these arrows. They might help. They might indeed, because he just gave me some flame arrows. Or whoever he was talking to. Here you can have these. And just have them on you for now. Although we'll be using regular arrows for now. And let's just take a quick rest.
There is always the chance that we will be beset by foes, yes? I cannot help but be reminded of my father at these times.
How so? You would have to meet my father to truly understand. Suffice it to say, he is a cruel and overbearing man. He's also a heavy drinker, and as a child, I'd lie awake listening to him destroy his chambers in a drunken rage. Loud noises at night have a startling effect on me to this day. Perhaps this is a good thing, seeing as no creature can sneak upon a light sleeper. But it matters not. I'm no longer under his thumb. I have no reason to return to my father's house. Let's go back to sleep. Yeah, no, we just wake up now. But you wouldn't let us.
What do you need? I am skilled in avoidance.
How can I help?
Quickly separate some. Right, there should be a way for me to split this stack. There we go. Yeah, you have half, I have half. Otherwise we'll never get to these potions.
Am I needed?
Yeah, more than enough.
Oh, yes.
We'll go in under the cover of night. Not that that makes a difference, but...
Yes?
Right, let's armor up.
Don't yell. I can hear you just fine.
Please, let me help. I await your need.
This will be interesting to see if I can do this.
We've made it in. We should find Daleson first, if he's still alive, and then make our way to the courtyard and open the drawbridge.
Alright then.
Onward, then.
Jon Jonsson at your service. Yes, yes, a standard tactic, that.
Something you need? To the task at hand.
Now we should be
require my counsel,
on the lookout
yes?
for traps, because there's,
I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
I think there's a couple around. Magic crossbow, magic arrows, potion, bolts of lightning, light crossbow +1, that's good. Bolts +2. Actually, crossbow is probably favorable. Hmm. I didn't even give you your magic mace. Oops. I mean, it's just a mace +1, but still.
I really don't like this. How are we helping the less fortunate trudging around in here?
Oh yeah. We are here because of you. You're saying this is all useless? Right now I'm misremembering who has what. I have some spare bullets just in case we want you to use them. Probably never, but you never know. And this is a potion of defense, which is probably more useful on you. I already have this spell, so you can have it and learn it.
Where shall I display my skill and expertise?
What is it? Very well.
If fleet of foot and all that.
I shall go forth and...
Of course.
Point the sword with all speed, comrade.
Alright, got a troll. And a servant that is being attacked by the troll.
Something you need.
Nice.
So this way?
Yes.
Let us go in.
Pardon, turnip reflex. You need my skills, I see.
I'm ready for anything.
Nature,
All the
take
world
the life,
is blind
Sige!
to my passing.
No, please, don't punish me anymore. Yeah, I think you can't save him.
I'm ready. Yoshimo is willing.
Yes. I wouldn't dream of refusing.
You sound like Goladon.
Just ask, and I'll do it.
Alright, let's finish him off.
Something you need. Whatever I can do to
What do you need? I am skilled in avoidance. You're right behind me, right?
What? Oh, I can do that.
And it is locked. It's probably not nice to steal from these peasants, but then again, they don't need this stuff. We do. Regular bolts will help. You can't identify these bolts because you are not as good as being bolt thingy. Darts +1. You can keep them. You can sell them later. More bolts +1. No, that's not what they are. Bolts +2, bolts +2, so you can stack this. And bolts of lightning. Yeah, we'll keep them on the side.
What can I be? I will do what I can.
Alright.
Don't yell. I can hear you just fine.
Right, these are not locked.
I hear you for honor and glory.
Grab all the loot we can. Don't suppose you can't identify either. And what is the lore score on my other characters? I mean, I have got the best. 9, 9, 33, 32, 27. Yeah, I'm the lore master galore. With the lore galore, something like that. I'm not good at rhyming. No, don't bother. Let's just keep exploring.
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at that. An NPC.
I have nothing you wish.
Miss Nalia, what What are you doing here? Never come to the servants' quarters, at least not in my memory. Thank you, Delson, but now is not the time for secrecy. These people are not my family. These are my own hirelings. Keep no secrets here. As you would have it, Miss Nalia. Please, you needn't display such deference on my account. My auntie might prefer her servants cowed, but I do not. Why do you have this man lie for you? What do you have to hide? A fair question. I use the door to leave unseen. Auntie prefers no contact with the people we govern, but lack of breeding is no cause for bad treatment. Ooh, that's very hot take there, Nalia. I find Auntie is quite unreceptive to these ideas. He is old school and believes lesser classes are best reminded of their position at all times. I disagree. Right. She one stuffed old biddy, isn't she? Got a saying for her kind, we do. South end of a northbound ogre. That'll do, Delson. We will not talk of her thus. My apologies, Miss Nalia. I meant nothing. I'm certain you didn't. Regardless of her attitude, she is still a noble in this house. Now then, we must set about reclaiming this place for my family. I have news of them, Miss Nalia. Though it ain't all good. Lord Denise was alive this morning, and I saw him taken into the keep by a really big troll. Biggest I've seen. Probably took him down to the cellars. The cellars is where they are. I won't have them called otherwise in this day and age, despite their history. It is by my father's order. Yes, Miss Nalia. He fought bravely, but he didn't make it to this flail. Or perhaps he didn't get enough parts. There's one hidden around here somewhere, I guess, but he never told anyone where. Never seen it used. He never said why they didn't wield it more often. Wished to seek it out if he didn't have it with him. He was taken to the cellars, then. As you would have it, Miss Nalia? Yes, it is. You're a good man, Delson. So we should find your father? I need to know what numbers we will be facing. I've seen maybe 30 trolls. We were bossing on something called a Yuanti, but I don't know how many of those there are. Weird things, but everything about this is odd. They seem to be going out of the way not to damage the keep. Never heard of careful trolls. Well, maybe they just like the cellar better. The cellar is... Enough, Wilson. I will tell. The cellar is a relic, a leftover from a time when our family was not as caring as it could have been. Now here, I'll respect your wishes, but I'll not have you dress it up none. Tell it for what it is. How dare you? I've done so much to make amends. No, you're right. The cellar is a dungeon. My father walled it up, but it's seen much use. I will not see it used as such again. There is no excuse. How did they? Wilson, did you tell these beasts of the cellar? Never, Miss Nalia. They got that, but the barest service for me life. I would never. Fine, I believe you. How did they know? Father would not tell. Come, we must go. Wilson, prepare what others you can find for return to service. Yes, Miss Nalia. Ooh, there was something else as well. I don't know if it will help, but best tell you anyway. The big troll got a whole pack of nasty-looking monsters that dig like mad. I had to feed them, and nothing gets between them and their food. Abandoned their post for the dog stew I made. Had to kill me 4 dogs for a meal. Disgusting. They guard the main room of the dungeon, but they feed in one of the cells to the south down the hall, in the back of the room where they first broke in. Just wanted to warn you about them. They almost killed me. And all I was doing was dropping their food in the cell. Nothing keeps them from their food. Thank you, Delson. Now get out of here. I don't want you getting hurt. Yes, Miss Nalia. Before I go, remember to use fire against trolls when they fall down, otherwise they'll get back up again. Yes, thank you. We know.
Just as I thought.
Alright, there's some useful stuff in this servant's quarter. Section from normal weapons, which I don't have. Cool. Bullet +2.
Something you need?
Onward then.
Alright. Let us see about some more useful equipment. Ooh, a magical bow. And some acid arrows. Things. Like that. So we don't clog up. Longbow +1. Don't anyone use the longbow, right? I use a short bow. Can you use a longbow? Not in your skill set, so no points really. And that was all.
Yes.
To the task at hand.
For some more bolts. Throwing axes. I don't want the throwing axes.
As you will.
I like all the magical gear they had here. Spear +1. Who could use the spear? Quarterstaff. +2. Or fire arrows. And some bolts +1. And these are some special darts. Bolt of biting. Could be useful. Let's keep them in our pockets. And darts of wounding. Yeah, you hold on to those.
Something you need?
Of course.
I think this door is locked. And no amount of force is gonna move it because it's a fake door.
You require my counsel, yes? Yes.
I wouldn't dream of refusing.
A lovely little castle with all the secret bits. Someone familiar. Pretty sure you have to be a wizard to be able to use this. It doesn't say bard. So I'm kinda curious. I mean,
Oh yes.
even if it wasn't, I would be the only character that could summon a familiar, so. Right.
Something you need?
Just as I thought.
Where
Seems
shall I
there's
display my skill?
no,
Very well.
seems there's no end to the secret passages.
Yes.
Whatever I can do to help.
Now look at that, and we have some more magical stuff. The Earth Control, Ring of Earth Control. I mean, you have the weakest. But that's a little bit better. And now we have the Flail Head Cold, which is not the most useful head to find, because
Onward then.
it doesn't give us anything particularly special. But we can at least begin the process of remaking the Flail of Ages.
Something you need?
To the task at hand.
Right, you place a part of the flail on the forge and the work begins. The hammer begins to pound as invisible forces bring a chain up to attach to the magical ball. A short time later, the flail is ready. Alright, the Flail of Ages +1. Flail Morningstar. So who can use this? It's not usable by a fighter druid. That seems almost specific. So Hanuman is the only one that can really use this thing.
Yes.
If we level him up in it.
I stand amongst the righteous.
He's got no skill in it. But we can give him skill in that.
As you will.
Alright. You have dawdled enough. Let's see about getting outside and doing a little bit of damage to these trolls.
At your order. Helm guides my path.
Something you need? Of course.
There we go.
How can I help? Glad to be of assistance.
I'll stand at the back.
Memory serves.
Yon got it.
Yes. So this thing?
I am ready. It is done.
What is it now?
And we can do this without special stuff. Right, one of them is already
I
down.
need it?
Also, let's stack up some more flame arrows.
Yeah.
By Uncle Spanky's thumb.
Right, cool.
Please, let me help.
Be very frugal with my magic and all that.
You shall suffer my wrath.
Especially since we only have
For the needy!
just enough arrows. There you go.
Something you need?
And how far are we all with leveling up? Because I'm just a little bit curious. But nobody's particularly close except for you. So, Jan Jansen.
Yes.
I wouldn't dream of refusing.
Let's clear out some more of this area here. I think we've got this side covered. Sure. Oh. Not missing.
My father's
Take the
name!
life she gave!
I'm ready for anything.
Let's not waste fire arrows before he's down.
Ah, heck. Yes!
I know fire can also do a lot of damage while they're still alive, but I'd like to have some finishers at at hand before I go into battle.
Fear is for those of no confidence.
Ah. Just ask, and I'll do it. I will do what I must.
At least she's a good shot and not wasted any of the arrows that I gave her.
I am ready. I think your cutter.
Let's make sure none of this is trapped.
It shall be done with skill
Be
and care.
doubly careful.
If not,
I'm sure all manner of stupid mousetraps await our toes in the dark.
Ooh, more spells. And gems, arrows, bolts, bullets. I don't need all that much right now, so let's just grab this gem so I can stow it.
To the task at hand.
And let's check out this room. Latrine, alright. Got a good prize in there. Our sapphires are difficult enough to find. Anything here? Well, there is a chest Is that
What
trapped?
do you need? Nothing dangerous, I would hope.
It is. And there's a neat dagger inside. Dagger +2. Well, none of us use daggers, so at least I don't think Nadia's spec for daggers. She can use. But I'll just consider it loot.
Just name what you want.
Alright. That'll do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time, and if you like my content, please rate, comment, and subscribe.